Hello YouTube subscribers, today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing my first, or I think it's my second video review. But in the way I'm gonna do this, it's kinda gonna be my first because, technically, today is New Year's Eve, that I'm recording this, so, Happy New Year's. But instead of saying like this, like what, so I'm gonna kind of do it normally, but, so it's gonna be my like New Year's revolution, forgive me for not saying that correctly, of what technically I would like to see on my horror shelf from Neca, Trick or Treat Studios, and Spare Halloween of this upcoming year, 2024, and which is gonna be tomorrow, since tonight is New Year's Eve, and hell, even for 2025. So from 2024, from the beginning of 2024, building up to 2025. Also, what I would actually like to also begin with, instead of saving it for the end of the video, if you're a old subscriber, welcome back. I am so happy you came back for another of my videos. If you're a newcomer just dropping by randomly by one of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms, always. And if you do like this video, hit that like button. If you don't like this video, don't be afraid to hit that dislike button. Also leave a comment down below. What would you guys like to see from Neca, Trick or Treat Studios, and Spare Halloween in the year, in the 2 years of 2024 and 2025. So, starting off with Neca, this is my wish list, but if you guys want to see a few things, just comment down below what you guys want to see, and I will add it to my list, to get it across. Hopefully Neca hears it and get it across of what on the side of just mine, but also yours, to get your guys' across on the side of mine. So, but anyway, let's get into it. From Neca, I would like to see as like prop replicas in the year 2024 all the way up to 2025. From 1987. Predator is the wrist blades and the wrist self-destruct device. I think that'd be very cool to get, like, have Neca figure out to have, like, the gauntlets, where it's like the same design from the very first original movie, of the self-destruct device. You gotta pop up, you can pop it up, pop it down. Maybe not like, maybe like pretend that you are, but you can't actually program it, and actually have the, at least I would like Neca to try to see if they could make, like, the wrist blades, not like by itself automatically, but like, maybe by hand you could, pop the wrist blades out and in, like, maybe by hand, but not like by itself. Trust me, if they could actually figure it by itself, that would actually make it better. From 2009, Friday the 13th, actually scratch that one. 2004, Saw, from the very first Saw movie, reverse bear mouth trap. I think that would be very cool to see, especially with Neca bringing back out like the tunes, version of the Saw and the actual ultimate figures of Saw. So I think that would be like very cool if they could actually take that and the mouth reverse bear mousetrap and actually make that life size, not like life size, but like actual replica prop from the movie of the actual size of it, where it's not like Trick or Treat Studios rubber type way, where it's like flimsy rubber, but, and I'm not trying to say outstage Trick or Treat Studios, I'm just saying, like, maybe they could do it, like, in a way of plastic, with a little bit of latex. Just not as much as Trick or Treat Studios did. From 1984, Terminator movie, and hell, maybe even with the rest of the Terminator franchise, like they could do the Terminator Elton Skeleton, Ednol Skeleton, the metal version, forgive me for not saying that right, but the metal version of the Terminator skull, the Terminator arm, the Terminator chip, the not just Arnold's T800 Terminator skull, but also Rev 9 from Terminator Dark Fate Terminator skull from T2. They could do, like I said, the chip, the forearm / hand of the Terminator. Just endless prop replicas Neca could do from the Terminator franchise, because you got, like I said, you got T1, T2, T3, Salvation, hell, the TV series, and a few other sequels / prequels that they tried to do. 2023, Talk to Me, the Talk to Me hand. Now, if Neca could do that and get the confirm it, get the okay from A24 to do the hand, I think that would be very cool. They would do a very good job to do that. Because I truly feel like the way they could do that is actually make it really good. Not trying to be mean to A24. They actually did their own prop replica version of it. I've watched a few reviews on it. For $100 and something, it's not that bad, but it's not 100% prop replica as they promised, but it's still good for what it is. I just feel like if A24 allowed Neca to do that, they would actually be even more impressed of how many people would buy that version of it. Hulu's 2022 Hellraiser The Limit Figuration Puzzle Box. Now, I know I did a review on this, and a few years ago, Neca released this puzzle box, each piece, like years ago, with a bunch of Hellraiser figures. Now, I was lucky enough and just buy this complete box with each piece, obviously, by itself. Now, if Neca did that, just like, sure, you can take it apart and put it together, I'm pretty sure this plastic was not expensive. Pretty sure the figure was more expensive. But, if Neca did this, the same design of, like, taking it apart, put it together, and you had the limit figuration. But the Hulu's version, that would be so awesome. That would be so cool because I love the Hulu's Hellraiser movie. I love the first Hellraiser movie. The second one wasn't too bad, but I did like the first movie. I also liked the Hulu's Hellraiser movie. So having the Hulu's version of the puzzle box would actually be awesome on the side of the Hulu's version of the puzzle box. I have it right next to the original. And as you guys can tell, yes, I am on my bed, recording this. From The Boys, I love the Amazon show of The Boys. I like, so far, I like most of the characters, like Starlight, a few of the boys themselves, the group themselves, but my main reason why I started watching The Boys, and how I even watched the side stuff, the spin-offs, but the main reason why I watched The Boys was because of James Ackles, and of who he was about to play, because I'm a big Supernatural fan, and so far when I watched The Boys, there was a lot of Supernatural actors that popped into the show. So I think it would be cool if Neca, on the side of them doing like the figures from The Boys, if they could do a proper replica from The Boys, which is Soldier Boy's shield. I think the way they could do Soldier Boy's shield would be so awesome. It would, I've seen most of the props. I have most of their props. It would be awesome. For the hell of it, even though Trick or Treat Studios just lost the rights to do Chucky stuff, and NECA did bring out the 2 life-size dolls of Chucky and Tiffany from Bride of Chucky, I would like to see NECA have their own version, have their own spinoff of how they would do their version of Seed of Chucky Glenn doll. Since they did the NECA version Bride of Chucky dolls, I love my Chucky from NECA. He is awesome. They did perfect. So that's why I want to see, and Tiffany even looks great. I've been trying to get her, saving up for her. But seeing them to do Glenn, I think that would be a great thing to do. I would like, also, something from NECA, I got into the show Dexter, and I started thinking, what prop replica from that show that fans of Dexter could want to collect. Now, I didn't really label anything, but I think, like, having a prop replica of, like, his little box of blood trophies, I think that would be cool to have, and, which I know that would be kind of hard for NECA to do. Maybe on the side of that, I don't know what else, but that's just the first thing that comes into mind, because that's more the thing that pops in and pops out throughout the show. 1999, The Mummy, the key that opens up the coffin and the 2 books. I think that would be cool to have. Book of Ra and Book of the Dead. I think having those as well on the side of the key would actually be a very cool thing to have, because you don't just have the key, you don't just have the 2 books, you have them all. You have all 3 of them from the 1999 The Mummy. Family Guy life-size 1-to-1 replica of Stewie. I like Family Guy. Stewie is like my favorite character, even though Disney had him come out as gay. I was not a fan of that, not trying to be mean. Stewie had his moments, especially with Brian, but there was other times that he just did not. But I still like the character Stewie. He is one of my favorite characters from Family Guy. I think the way they did the Chucky doll, I think NECA could pull it off with Stewie. I just think it would be funny to have him stand right next to my Chucky doll. 1993 Leprechaun. Like I said, bringing back Chucky. The way NECA did Chucky, I think them doing a life-size Leprechaun doll would be awesome. I liked it the first few Leprechaun movies, not really the last few, but more the beginning ones. And I think on the side of NECA releasing like a life-size doll version of the Leprechaun himself from the very first movie, I think it'd be very cool if they could sell on the side like his pot of gold, like that's his accessory. You have to, it's separate, like Chucky and Tiffany, how they were separate. If people want his pot of gold as well, just like if people want the Tiffany, they would have to cough out a few extra dollars. So like on the side of being there, like yeah. And the pot of gold, it would be like they would like I said, it would be awesome cool to have, because it would feel like more of a completion of a collection of the Leprechaun. Because you can't have the Leprechaun without his gold, and you can't have his gold without the Leprechaun. And the movie's proven that. 2010, Batman, Under the Red Hood, Jason Todd, Red Hood helmet. Now, brings me back to James Ackles. I've seen NECA doing, like, lately, I've seen them doing Batman stuff, like the Batman Batarang, the grappling gun, a few of the animation stuff, and latest one is the utility belt from Michael Keaton's Batman. And once I found out, after I got into Supernatural, James Ackles voiced the 2010 Batman Under the Red Hood, aka Jason Todd, and that Batman movie, I thought it'd be, honestly, even though it was a voice, he did really good in it. And I think on the side of me liking Supernatural, I do have a problem because Supernatural, and begging for a shield from Soldier Boys of NECA doing that. I think it'd be really cool if NECA could try and do like the 2010 James Ackles Red Hood helmet, because to me, that would complete my James Ackles collection, and also like it would fit right in a Batman's fandom collection with like the Michael Keaton's utility belt, Batarang, and whatever else Batman fans collect, including my collection. So Terrifier. Okay, Terrifier lately has gone really big, really huge, and I think it'd be really cool for Neca to do like a few of like at least wait until Terrifier 3 comes out and see like, okay, we could do this from the first movie, we could do this weapon from the second movie, and this weapon from the third movie, where we're like, we have all three movies, but it's just one weapon from all three movies. I think that'd be very cool. So, because Terrifier is popular, I think it would be really dumb on Neca's part to miss that opportunity to do like iconic weapons that Art the Clown had. And I know there's just a far stretch. Chucky, Bride of Chucky. Neca did a phenomenal job on the doll. But I liked the 2019's Child's Play remake of Chucky, and Buddy Chucky I really liked. Especially I like Mark Hamill, and I think that'd be very cool to have on my horror shelf a life-size 2019's Child's Play Buddy Chucky. Just having the original and the remake stand side by side each other. From Trick or Treat Studios and Spare Halloween. Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey 2 Plant. Now, I could see that being from Spare Halloween or Trick or Treat Studios, either or both. Both companies would do a very good job with the Audrey 2 Plant from Little Shop of Horrors. It's an iconic movie. It really needs merchandise because it is coming back. It is a horror classic. And I'm pretty sure there are fans out there that would buy the merchandise, especially the plant, because the plant is like the most iconic thing from that movie. 1990, 2017, and 2019 It. Now, Trick or Treat Studios done merchandise for the 2017 and 19 It movies, but it wouldn't hurt for Trick or Treat Studios to do a little bit from the 1991 as well. But also, if they could do like even more from even the 2017 one, like the Jack in the Box, the hell, I don't know. Just more merchandise, the better. Especially from the 1990, because the 1991 needs love too. 2009. 1980, and the 1980 and the 2009 Friday the 13th Pamela Voorhees Severed Head. Now, I do like the original Pamela Voorhees, especially when they showed it in the remake of 2009. And I think having both from the original and the remake, Pamela Voorhees Severed Head, I think that would be phenomenal for Friday the 13th fans to collect and have on their shelf, because her severed head is such iconic on the side of it actually being on her body. So, Trick or Treat Studios or Spare Halloween. I've seen Spare Halloween doing Severed Heads, especially the way they did Billy's from Hocus Pocus was phenomenal. So, either or both, I would like to see how they would do it. If Trick or Treat Studios could get the rights back to do this item, I would seriously appreciate it. The Shining or even get the rights to do Doctor Sleep replicas. So from The Shining or Doctor Sleep or both, the axe. I like the axe. That's, like, to me, one of the iconic things from The Shining and Doctor Sleep. And I just would really like to have the axe. Especially, I missed out the first time. If they could get it back and bring it back, I would seriously not hesitate and being one of the first ones to pre-order it. Evil Dead and Ash versus the Evil Dead Necronomicon Ex Mortis extra pages. Now there was a few pages from the first movie I didn't see in the book, and I know Ash versus the Evil Dead came later, but I would like a few of those extra pages that was added in the show to because most of those pages were cool from the first movie and the TV series. So, especially more pages in the book that we already have, the better. Evil Dead 2, missing pages. Now, I think having those from the Evil Dead 2, the actual missing pages, I think that would also be cool to add on the horror shelf on the horror shelf for horror fans, because especially Evil Dead fans, because they love the when fans got the Necronomicon book. I know that was like one of the next step things they wanted to see on the side of the book. So I think having that would also be cool. My Bloody Valentine, the Miner Mask, and the Pickaxe. I love My Bloody Valentine. It is such an iconic horror movie. I think Trick or Treat Studio doing the mask and the pickaxe, they would do a very iconic, phenomenal job. Because they do normally do phenomenal on all their prop replica items. Once again, Dexter. Same thing with Neca. I was trying to think, and if Trick or Treat Studios could get the rights to do like prop replicas for Dexter before Neca could, or them both actually getting the rights and them going back and forth of what prop replicas they could do from Dexter, that would actually be very cool. But like I said when I was doing the wish list for Neca, the only thing that popped into my head was the trophy box that Dexter had with all the little samples of blood of the people he killed. And on the side of Neca, I didn't really see how it could hurt for Trick or Treat Studios to do this. The Terminator franchise, for Trick or Treat Studios to do the same thing that Neca could. The Terminator skull from T800, the T800 Terminator skull, the Rev 9 from Terminator Dark Fate Terminator skull, T2, the Terminator chip, and the Terminator forearm/hand. Once again, same thing with Neca. I think Trick or Treat Studios would do a very phenomenal job if they could get the rights from A24. 2023, Talk to Me hand. Now, okay, yeah, on the side of Talk to Me from A24, Trick or Treat Studios could get the rights too. They could also try and also get the rights to do prop replicas from Pearl X and Maxine. So on the side of the hand, Pearl X and Maxine, those would be cool to see prop replicas from Trick or Treat Studios. Especially from Neca as well. NECA could get the rights to do Talk to Me. NECA could also try and fight to do Pearl X and Maxine prop replicas. I know Trick or Treat Studios lost the rights to do Universal stuff, especially now, but I think it'd be very cool for Trick or Treat Studios to still try and do this. I've seen what they just did with their Pennywise doll or life-size figure, whatever you want to say, put it, whatever. But the way Trick or Treat Studios did that with Pennywise, I think they could do it with Megan. Have them do a freaking Megan doll that size would be awesome. I would be the first one to pre-order that. If Trick or Treat Studios could get the okay, even for this year, that would be awesome. But if not, then I would be okay with that. Because then I would be waiting patiently. Because I know at some point they would get the rights back to do it. Candyman. I've seen what the Trick or Treat Studios did with Candyman. That hug. It was great, but it could have been better. And the way I could see it to be better, trench coat. But on the side of just the trench coat, it would be all in one piece. Where you got like the trench coat, but also connected to one of the sleeves of the trench coat, the correct sleeve of the trench coat, is the hook itself. Where you don't have to buy one over the other. Where you don't have to worry about buying both, spending more money for both parts of the costume of Candyman. Where you basically have it all in one. All in one. The trench coat and the hook. The hook and the trench coat. Connected all together as one. Just make sure the hook is on the correct sleeve. Could it be based off the requel, the original? I would have to say the original trench coat on a plus hook would be better, but if they have to make it easy for their workers and do the requel, then fine, that's fine. I liked the requel hook, the jacket a little bit, so as long they do it better than the first time around, that would be great. I would not complain so much. 2013 Evil Dead Necronomicon Ex Mortis Volume 2, and 2023 Evil Dead Rise Necronomicon Ex Mortis Volume 3. We got the original. What would it hurt to actually have there to be a replica from those two Evil Dead movies? Because there are some fans that love, quote-unquote, the remake and the other remake. Since Evil Dead Rise by some Evil Dead fans is still considered a remake. So, especially I would buy those 2 books. I would seriously buy them and add it to the one I already have. Because I love the Evil Dead franchise. It's great. If Trick or Treat Studios could get the okay from Disney to do this, I would seriously love it. I'm not much of a Hocus Pocus fan, but I would still buy it because I do like the very first movie. Not really the second movie, but the first movie. As long as they got the okay from Disney to do Hocus Pocus Spellbook and add the pages from all the pages from the first movie, and not just from the first movie, but from the second movie. So if there was fans that loved both movies, the item would press those fans that loved the 2 movies. Now, if one of the fans just liked the first movie, and it had the pages of the second movie as well, then so be it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the fan would be pleased with it anyway. Men in Black. I think if Trick or Treat Studios could get the rights to Men in Black stuff, I think having like the mine eraser, the little gun that Will Smith gets in the beginning of the movie, or like kind of the beginning of the movie, and then like one of those big blasters, especially Spare Halloween, the way they done like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the big cannon gun. I'm pretty sure that Trick or Treat Studios could do, because they brought out the the popcorn cannon gun, and like the little gun, and like the mine eraser. I'm pretty sure Spare Halloween could do those. If Trick or Treat Studios ever gets the rights back to Universal, which would be so awesome, so they could do a Megan doll, life-size Glenn doll. And no, I'm not going to let the Glenn doll go, because honestly, ever since I got Chucky, and I do plan to turn around and get Tiffany, I'm going to try and complete the whole family. So, yeah. I'm going to make that happen. Mark my words. Terrifier. On the side of like Neca, for Neca to do like Terrifier stuff, like the figures and proper replicas. I think Trick or Treat Studios already doing figures. I think they're missing the point of like doing like a few weapons, like unless they're waiting for Terrifier 3 to come out, then they're gonna do like, okay, here's a few weapons from the first movie, here's a few weapons from the second movie, and here's a few weapons from the third movie. Have at it. That would be awesome. Because honestly, adding a weapon that Art the Clown used, I think would be phenomenal for horror fans to add to their collection. And then it occurred to me, okay, Trick or Treat Studios lost the rights to do Universal Original Chucky. Yes, Universal does got the rights to do Chucky merchandise, but the studio that did the very first movie has the rights for the very first Chucky movie. So when they have the rights to do merchandise from the very first Chucky movie, so I just started thinking, okay, when that studio be able to do merchandise for themselves, why not they go to Trick or Treat Studios, circle around this issue of Universal and say, hey, Universal basically took all the original Chucky stuff away from you guys, so why not, here's this, do a life-size replica, prop replica of the Buddy Chucky from the 2019's Child's Play movie. If they could do that, they got me sold. I would find a way to save up fast enough and pre-order that doll fast enough to add it to my collection. If it was from Neca, Trick or Treat Studios, as long Trick or Treat Studios did that item perfectly and not basically trade it as trash, then yes, they got my money. If they actually did it perfectly. If they treated the item like trash, then yeah, they don't got my money. But like I said, when I brought it up with Neca, have it stand right next to my Chucky doll with the original and remake side by side, it just looks cool. People got to admit that when you see like remakes stand side by side with the original, at times it does look cool. At times, yeah, sure, it doesn't, but other times it does. And that's what makes it so badass. Beetlejuice stuff. I think for Trick or Treat Studios to start doing Tim Burton stuff, like, okay, yeah, this past year they're doing Corpse Bride, so why not they do like get into Beetlejuice and stuff, like Nightmare Before Christmas, and once again Beetlejuice, Sweeney Todd, fuck it, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or wait, no, that's the original, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So, yeah, that's it. That's it from all three sides. Neca, Trick or Treat Studios, and Spirit Halloween. Wishlist. Comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys not agree on some of the things that's on my wish list? What would you guys like to see? Like I said in the beginning, what would you guys like to see from Neca, Trick or Treat Studios, and Spirit Halloween? To do that you guys would like to see from them. And also, if you guys comment that down below of what you guys want to see from all three of those companies or just one of them, I will add that to my horror book of wish list. To make sure, hopefully, NECA, Trick or Treat Studios, and Spirit Halloween is listening, so we can get that out there to the public of horror fans and ourselves. So, once again, if you're a old subscriber, welcome back. If you're a newbie just coming across one of my random videos, please hit that subscribe button because I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. Please hit that like button if you liked this video. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. Yeah, so have a nice night, have a nice day whenever you're watching this. Have a nice New Year's. Peace.